check. What is going... Ow. Oh, I just stubbed my toe really bad. Sorry. What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to an impromptu live stream coming at you from the V1HQ. How's the countdown theme? Is it too quiet? I don't know. I can barely hear it. But we're back. I'm live. You guys know the drill. This is scheduling mayhem day for me. So right now, it's free for all for real-world trips and scheduling for the month of July. So I like to be at the V1HQ where I have the fiber internet where it's super quick. So I'm here just kind of doing trip swaps and drops and ads and stuff. If you hear any notifications go off, make sure you spam the chat because I'm going to need to go in there and pick up something possibly. So, oh, see, did you hear that, chat? Did you hear that alarm? Oh. 18 and 20 of July. Let's see what that is. So I figured since I'm going to be sitting here most of the day doing these doing this, I figured we should go live. So you are going to be my handy dandy attentive first officers. I'm sure y'all will be. Ooh, a red-eye turn. Gross. Nobody's got time for that. So I figured let's fly a little Southwest action. The old school livery on the new school airplane. One of my favorite liveries, probably because it's nostalgic to me. This is the colors that Southwest flew when I was flying them. It's not Canyon Gold. It's is it Canyon Gold? Yeah, it is Canyon Gold, right? Yeah, Canyon Gold is what they call this livery. And this is a retro one that's a real world livery. They have it on their 737 MAX 8, dedicated to Herb Keller, the former CEO of Southwest Airlines. So it's going to be a fun flight, a short flight, hopefully low drama, because that's what I'm going for, because I'm kind of doing this stream with 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and I figured we'd fly something nice now, or nice and easy-ish. But I wanted to fly the Airbus. The reason we didn't fly the Airbus today is I just got off a trip. I still have my uniform here. I actually just changed. I picked up a trip tomorrow on the trade board to Cancun and back. But so I'm having second thoughts. I'm kind of Airbus out. So I was like, well, if I'm going to fly the Airbus again, I just got off a 2-day. I'm going to fly it tomorrow. I didn't really want to fly it on stream. So now, as of a few minutes ago, I just put that trip back on the trade board because I'm having second thoughts about Cancun. So I don't know. I miss the Airbus streams too, Turk. I'm with you, man. I miss the Airbus streams. I want to fly them again. And I would have done it if I didn't pick up Cancun for tomorrow. Now, if someone picks up my Cancun turn that I just put on the trade board, maybe we'll do Airbus this week. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow or something. So we'll see. I'm just kind of tired of, I can only fly so much Airbus. I know we haven't flown it on the channel in a long time, but it's twofold. I'm really waiting for big Fenix update, right? Because that's going to be, I feel like that's going to be the juice, okay? So it's hard for me to get excited about the old Fenix, even though the old Fenix is fantastic and I still love it. Knowing what we have coming down the pipe is kind of like, I don't know. And then throw in the fact that, like I said, I just spent a 2-day trip. It's actually a really nice trip, just super early. Got up at 2:15 on day 1, got up at 3:15 on day 2. Granted, we got in at 9 o'clock this morning, which was great, but I'm just kind of Airbused out. So anyway, with all of that said, let me do one quick check of the current schedule mayhem status, and then we're going to get this airplane loaded up. It's a short flight. It's going to be less than an hour in cruise, so we've got plenty of time to sit here and hang out. Nabil says, I have a feeling Fenix will drop a banger of a blog post along with the BFU. Me too, man. Me too. So right now, we've done pretty good. We've had a couple denieds, but we got 5 separate approvals already during schedule mayhem day. I have a really big one that's still processing. I'm trying to swap out of a 3-day trip that has a Pensacola and an Orlando overnight, which I haven't overnighted in Pensacola in ages. But it's the weekend of the 5th, and I'm trying to swap it for a 2-day trip that's got a Miami overnight, gets me back home on July 4th at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so we could still do all the festivities on Freedom Day, July 4th. That one is still processing. Fingers are crossed. And if any other good trips drop in, I'll have to jump off and pick them up. So right now, we're looking good. Let's get this bird fired up here. We are in the ETOPS 737 MAX 8. This plane's growing on me, y'all. This plane is really growing on me. Dare I say, I like it more than the NG. And this is not like a PMDG versus iFly. It's more of the Max. I think I kind of like flying the Max versus the NG just in general, you know? Just as a general airplane. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've had the NG on flight sim for so many years. You're going back to the FSX days of the PMDG NG. But yeah, I don't know. Or maybe it's just because it's the first Boeing that we've had in 2024. That could be it too. Mickey G, what's up? Come on down to Pensacola. Mickey G, are you in Pensacola? Dude, if you are, we should hang out. It's actually a pretty decent trip. I get in Saturday morning. We're there for all day. Leave the next morning early and go through Florida and then go back to Dallas on Monday in the morning, which, I mean, it's not a terrible trip. Starts early, ends early. I just would rather trade a 3-day for a 2-day if I could. But I don't even know if I've done a Pensacola overnight, to be honest with you. Pat, what's going on, man? Thank you for the 11 months of support. Good afternoon to you, sir. Gregory Fomboy Jr., welcome to Private Pilot as well over there. I see you checked in over there. And Brian Valdez checking in over on the Cockpit Cam. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well, man. Is the iFly Max default on 24? Is it a different aircraft? No, the iFly Max is a pay-wear airplane for 2024, and I don't know, y'all, is it a free update? Somebody let me let the chat know if it's a free update or if you have to buy it separately for 24. I was fortunate enough, the iFly actually sent me this aircraft when it first released, so I, full disclosure, you know, I didn't actually buy this airplane. This was sent to me from iFly to review, so, or just to stream and have content for y'all. So I don't actually know if it's a free upgrade. Raymond says I upgraded for free, so I think it is a free update, that's nice. That's nice. Phoenix Galaxy, what's up, man? Good morning, afternoon to you as well, my friend. Good afternoon to you as well. All right. I don't have my auto FPS on today. I figured we're not flying in anywhere crazy. We'll see what happens. We might get a few stutters on the ground, but LOD is maxed out, so we'll see what happens. We'll get the standby power, get the IFE on, yaw damper can stay off. Those are all off. We'll get the logo light on. Well, we'll turn the logo light off. We'll save the battery. Put the position light on. Goodness. Electrics on, engines off, right? Where's Fly Navy when you need them? Electrics on, engines off. Pro Peats, we'll get those on for right now. And everything else looks good on the overhead. We'll arm the emergency exit lights as well. Loving the great content as always. Keep it up here. Moza, my man. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Tomorrow is Starship release day, correct? I am going to try to coordinate. Would you guys like to see Nick on stream again? The CEO owner, the man, the myth, the legend himself from Black Square. I'm going to try to hook up with him. If I didn't know I was going to go live today, or else I would have tried to see if we could sneak in a stream today together. But we have been in contact, and I would like to do a stream with him, maybe even on release day, which would be kind of cool. So, electric off, engine on, says Joe Plain. Okay, well, so how it's basically set up from the get-go is how they want it. Okay, cool deal. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Plup says yes. Yeah, man, dude, I had such a fun time flying with Nick. You know, it was so fun, man. Be able to run the checklist, and I don't believe he even had audio. So the way we did it is I had to do a screen share. It might be kind of tricky to do a live stream. I don't know. I have to look into that, because to stream live and to have him in some type of screen share where there's no delay might be a challenge. We'll see. Blackbird Controls, thank you for the $5 super chat, my man. Appreciate you. Heads up, your Avo RJ set is being made right now. Oh, snap. I was going to fly that today, too, actually. Blackbird Controls, thank you for the $5 super chat. We are rocking the Blackbird Controls 737 levers. They are in the cockpit cam. I'll have them up here momentarily when we get the cockpit cam up and running. But thank you, Blackbird. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Hope you're having a wonderful day, man. And again, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. Captain Medi upgraded to commercial pilot. My man, thank you so much for the supporting the channel here, V1 Nation. All right, Fort Myers to Charleston. We'll go ahead and request the flight plan. We'll go ahead and get this loaded up. You so need a Bravo? You so do. Phoenix Galaxy says, just followed instructions iFly Manager. It'll download right to 24. Beautiful. That's what you need to do. All right, let me see. Okay, no there. Now, I have to pull up my load manager for the, or not my load manager, but flight plan on the other monitor here so we can plug it in together, because we have to kind of do the old school weight and balance. So we'll come over here to our flight plan. Matter of fact, actually, did this actually uplink? Yeah, let's get this uplinked. It's going to load. While that loads, let's start plugging away at the weight and balance. Nick is really cool. I enjoyed watching your vids with him. Yeah, it was awesome, man. Do you think the Starship would do well with low-flying VFR, or it's best high and fast? You know what, Miles to Budapest, it's a PT6. It'll do either one that you want it to do. You can definitely fly at low VFR. I think that sounds like a lot of fun, and you're not paying for actual Jet A to run those engines, so it would do it just fine. And just make sure you have the appropriate fuel burn. It'd be fine. Now you can definitely, it'll definitely go in high and fast. I mean, it was built to get up high and fly fast, and actually has quite a good range, especially if you can get it up high 30s. I think 41 is the limit. If you can take advantage of a tailwind in that thing, man, that's awesome. But it'll definitely fly the low VOR to VOR if you want it. Absolutely. All right, total passengers for this flight today is 116. So we're going to be rocket ship is what this is telling me. 116 passengers. Our cargo is 6,000 pounds. We'll put 6,300 in the aft. Beautiful. The fuel required for today's flight, we got a block fuel of 12.5. I'm a bad pilot. Let's round up to 13,000 feet. Or 13,000 feet. I'm going to be struggling with the words today, Jet. Like I said, been up at 2:15 on day one, got up at 3:15 this morning. Already flew halfway across the country, got my dose of Jet A and pack fumes. So my words may be a little tongue twisted. Strictly paved runways for the Starship, though, so no, Barry Seal. No, that's not true. Is that in the book, though? They don't want you to land the Starship on paved runways? I'm sure it'll do great on less improved runways, but probably not optimum. There's an alert there, but it's an old one. All right. So that's all set right there. Now we can go ahead and start doing this situation down here. This is us, Fort Myers to Charleston. We'll activate that, execute, perf initialize. That gives us a 0 fuel weight of estimating 132.2. Now, is it actually, let me go back to this. Wait. Cargo fuel. Zero fuel weight, actual 128.2. Which is close to what our sim brief was actually. 128.2. Oh, no. Erase. Wrong box. 128.2. Boom. Reserve fuel will take 1,000. Cost index will go 55. Execute. Cruising over there today at 35,000 feet. That looks good. Plant fuel 12.8, that's cents. Okay, and one limit. Let's do a max TO 28K. Or do we do a TOB? Should we just see how much juice we can squeeze out of it? Let's do TOB because it's going to be fun. We'll do flaps 5. CG and trim. This is where you guys yelled at me last time. So we'll go over to the perf, right? So we got to do perf and airport info. I gotta hit complete again, and here we go. Airport search. It's going to be Fort Myers. And runways, we are planning on departing runway 06. All right, TO1 max, flap config 5. Condition is dry, air conditioning on, anti-ice off. Outside, our winds are going to be virtually calm. Outside air temperature off the 08 is 32 degrees. It is hot. It was hot in Florida yesterday. I spent yesterday at Fort Lauderdale. FOD from wheels into props is probably an issue. Yeah, that's probably an issue, Russ. That's probably an issue. I will say, though, if you are a Starship owner, well, that's not, you definitely care. All right, 1,500 foot acceleration, 4.9 on the trim. So CG is 25.9, 25.9. Boom, 5.47. I believe it's auto set, right? Yeah, 547. We'll check here, 547. That looks good. Let's go ahead and get the seatbelt sign on. No smoking is on. Get the APU started. Fueling is done. We get our fuel tank pumps on. APU on and start, please. Real time, real weather, midday. Oh, I want a TOB? Oh, it's fine. We'll be fine. We'll survive, dude. We're going to be so light, it doesn't even matter. What are the livery options on the Starship Oscar? I believe he has all of them. I believe he has, there's 5 or 6 starships that are still flying. And I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure whatever those real-world liveries are, those are the ones that he has painted. At least the ones that are painted, they look like they were real liveries from Starship. But it comes with 5 or... I'll have to check. It's either 5 or 6 liveries. Tell me that overhead doesn't make you smile, so many switches. Dude, Wingnut, it makes me smile, man, but if I had to do 5, you know, I'm already a little bit fatigued. I can't imagine doing more than 1 leg in a 737, to be honest with you. 2 legs, 3 legs, that's going to sting. It just... And then it makes me think of these guys rocking the 727 4 or 5 legs a day, man. Could you imagine that? We're so spoiled. I mean, heck, I forgot the strobe light today. I mean, that's... I got 3 switches and I missed one. It's like, oh, it's still in auto. Oops. All right, that's up and running. We'll go APU on, gen. We'll go ground power is off. See, I don't understand why you turn the yaw damper on. I guess, is the yaw damper linked to hydraulics at all? Maybe that's why I'm mistaken. Because I thought that you would have to have some sort of hydraulic pressure for the yaw damper light to go out. So I would like... I always thought you had to have the electrics on or some hydraulic on to have the yaw damper switch on. But I don't know. It's tied to INS. Interesting. So the yaw damper in the bus is actually tied... Well, everything's tied to the flight control computers. But yeah. Interesting. Okay, tied to INS. All right, I'm learning something. I'm learning something. That's all set. We can go over to the ground services once again. Nope, wrong one here. Gosh, this EFB gives me a headache, doesn't it? System page. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Ground support. We'll remove the chocks. Park brake is set. Disconnect the electrical power. Make sure to hit the set button. That has been completed. Now let's find our way to the Navigraph server. Use airports from FMS. Complete. And we have Fort Myers, and I don't believe we have a SID filed. Actually, we do. Seashell 7. So let's edit clip. Looking for the Seashell 7. We'll complete that. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Seashell 7 departure. It's a vector departure. There's no ATC online, so we'll handle our own vectoring. Off of runway 6. It's basically going to be straight out of a heading. And does this apply to runway 6? Is there a takeoff note? On runway 6, climb on heading 058 to 530, then on heading 058, radar context of Seashell, top altitude 4,000 feet. No ATCs online, so we'll spin up our altitude window all the way up to 35,000. 35,000 set. There's no ATC on, but we do have an auto ATC squawk code 7127. I don't know why I want to clear this out first. I guess you don't have to. 7127. TARA, source 1, auto will turn you on. 7127, 22.8 on VHF 1. Oh, can't type it. I forgot. 122.8, and CTAF here is 2875. $28.75. I think we've got 3 minutes on the packs. Is that even a thing for the AP for the 7.3 Wingnut? Do you guys have to let the AP run for a couple minutes? Landing altitude 5350 is set. I think we're looking good. For pushback and start, we'll get all of our hydraulic pumps on, allegedly. All hydraulics are on. APU generators providing power. We are looking good. Clear the caution. 350 V speeds are set. Let's update the magic barrel ref. 3014 actually. V2 plus 10 is 154. 154. Flight director. And we'll get the auto throttle after start. I think we are pretty much Boeing drivers at this point. Except I didn't finish the route, did I? Okay, so let's go to the departure arrival index, off runway 6, Seashell 7, it's a vector, to VIAP, execute. That looks good to SAV. Once we hit SAV, it's the baggy 3 to Charleston, runway 15. So Charleston, there's really no approach for Charleston. Oh yeah, there is ILS 15. Okay, ILS 15, baggy 3, off of SAV. We'll execute that. That looks good. Route data, winds request. Sure, let's request some winds. Let's go back to the init, N1 limit, takeoff speeds, 31, 32, 44. Those are all set. I think we're ready to go. Get this man a typewriting. Just V2 in the window? Okay. 144. 144 set in the window. Wife said she's leaving the house. I'm going to see if she can bring her water. I'm thrust. No, thirsty. Autocorrect. Alright, that is set. Let's do a schedule mayhem day check. Submit review request. Ooh, my big one is still processing. And there's no other good trips that I want to pick up, so we're good on that front. Let me check my trade board today. Watch no one pick up my Cancun tomorrow that I put on the trade board. I'll be so sad. I mean, it is what it is. I picked it up. But now I'm trying to get rid of it. Alright. We're good to go on that. Let's go ahead and start them up. Get out of here. Cockpit to ground. Why is FMP reset? Cruise wind uplink ready. How does one... import those wind? Where'd that wind page go? Route? No? Index? No dent? Not in here. Oh. Well, we got the winds, but I don't know how to uplink them. Nabil says exclusive Starship sneak peek in your DM. Good sir. I will have to check it out. I'm exclusive. All right. I won't say anything, except I just said it live. All right, cockpit to ground. I just hit Shift P. That's not the right one. What is it? What's pushback? Of Control P? Of Shift P? I forget default pushback. Let me see. Shift P. It is Shift P. Why is my pushback truck not pushing us back, chat? That's not good. Alt P, my man. My man Zach. My man Zach Lewine saving the day.
Runway 6.
Alt P, thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, we're pushing now. That's coming up. 4 Mars traffic, Southwest 357, pushing back off Charlie 6. Look at that cactus. Cactus 75 been following us around. Oh, speaking of Cactus 75s, did y'all, what'd y'all think of that Bluebird sneak peek video? It's been Shift P since the Bush administration. I know it, dude. I don't know why they had to change it. Oh wow, we got a lot of traffic. Got coming another Southwest. Got an unknighted over there. Love it.
Fort Myers traffic, Captain 2030 and taxiing runway 6, Golf Hotel Fox.
My wallet is ready for the Bluebird 75. I'm ready to see it at Expo because, man, it looks so good. It looks so good in the previews, but it's only on 2020. It just makes me nervous. All right, this also makes me nervous. Hitting the parking brake. Don't hit the tail. All right, great push, Jet. Great. Are we done? Let's go ahead and stop the push. Alt P. That's good enough. GSX is dead to me. All right, set the brake. Let's go ahead and start them up. So left pack off, right pack off, APU bleed. Oh no, APU bleed is on. Let's go anti-collision light, grounding 2. Here we go. Oh, the Celsius thing, we're gonna be fine. I promise you. I promise you we're gonna be fine. 32C doesn't. It could be 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius outside. At this gross weight, we're gonna take off on runway 6. If not, I'll Alt F4 the channel forever. No, that wasn't GSX only skill. GSX has been dead for me. Nah, Con, I see your name too. I feel like I haven't had that before. GSX called the default tug driver and told them to ignore your requests. Yeah, my reading is on the struggle bus today, man. Been up a long time. Good start on 2. United's in the pushback. Let's go ahead and ground 1. I find it interesting. I find it interesting that in the Boeing you don't flip the generator over after one start and then start the other one. I mean, if you're going to flip generators, I don't know. I find that interesting because the Airbus will switch to engine generator 1 and then unload the APU so it can start 1. Oh, isolate, ventilate. Yeah, I'm smoking. Well, I'm giving the passengers the Airbus treatment. They don't get any air till we get both engines running, like the Airbus, unless we're on the Neo. So you're the guy that's on the meme page for the passenger comfort lately, Wingnut, then, huh? I've been seeing those memes. Have we recovered from the black box Avianca yet? Wesley Wood, so there will be a redemption flight, but for the first time in channel history, we will be flying as Avianca 358. Since Avianca 357 can no longer ever fly again on this channel. But there will be a redemption flight. It all depends if someone picks up my turn tomorrow or not. All right, 2 good starts. Auto, bleed is off, because that's the dual bleed. I did that wrong, right? You don't want that light. Dual bleed on, that's going to auto. Let's go generator 1, generator 2, and APU off. Cont. Look at this, man. I'm freaking... That overhead is perfect. We're doing a flaps 5. Why is there like dynamic window shades on this thing now? Oh, you can open them. What? I actually didn't know that. All right, flaps 5. 1, 2, 5. My buddy was on that Avianca 357. Rest in peace. Flight controls like Southwest, they're always doing the... I mean, they'd already be at runway 6 by now. They start them up, do the flight control check while they're starting, deploying flaps. I love it. Freaking love Southwest, man. Those guys are animals. All right, flaps 1, 2, 5, brakes released, takeoff config check. That's good. Taxi light on. Fort Myers traffic. Southwest 357, taxi runway 06. Oh, you can set the shades auto in the EFB? Thanks, man. Yeah, I keep forgetting to do that because I think it's livery dependent. I think it's livery dependent. Maybe not. We gotta find our way to runway 6. We'll set 060 on the course knob here for runway heading. Brake check, pressure 0. We're so light. Look at, I mean, I didn't even touch the throttles. I don't want to say thrust levers and offend any Boeing driver. apparently we still have throttles. Yaw dampener check. There's no light on, so to me, it means we're good. The flows look like a guy who is about to be at a 737. It's very fitting that Southwest operates 737s. It really is, isn't it, Mickey G? I mean, I think they would still be operating 727s if they could have. Or you know what? They would legitimately still be operating the 737-300 if they were parts. Hold on, I'm gonna check. All right, let me see what's going on here. Schedule updating. Still processing. We're looking good. All right, don't miss the taxiway. Here we go. Southwest got rid of free bags. That's the worst business decision since Mickey D's decided a 10-piece costs more than $5. Yeah, well, there's nothing separating Southwest from any other airline now, in my opinion. I wonder if they still have the free bags fly here livery. Someone needs to change that and be like, charged bags fly here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Southwest taxi speed, my bad. Let me get out here on the main taxiway. We'll do a 40-mile-an-hour rip. No assigned seats. That's the only thing. And actually, I heard they're getting rid of that. I heard they're actually going to assign seats, right? And that they partnered with what, like Air China or something? Didn't they partner with some Asian carrier for code share? All right, let's get proper Southwest taxi speed in here. Got a 7.5 coming down the runway. Iceland Air, that was it. Look at that, Desert Gold and America West colors. That's epic. What do we think of the Pan Am 757? There's a Pan Am 757? That was America West 75. A straight America West too, like the livery between Baby Blue and US Airways. You saw it yesterday? Oh, is that what everyone's talking about? Where someone's saying that Pan Am might make a comeback again? Is that like Eastern? It's operated by Iceland Air. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. Southwest flight attendants used to be witty and fun. Now they're just rude, or I'm turning into a boomer. Both. Both, wingnut. Because it's like they didn't rehire, you know? They hired all the witty and fun flight attendants, and then that was 20 years ago, and they were, you know, 20 years ago, and now they're almost 50 and pissed off. It's a circle of life, my friend. All right, we'll stop here. And Fort Myers traffic, Southwest 357, departing runway 6, Seashell 7, climb, left turn out. Fort Myers traffic. All right, here we go. Lights. We'll put them on flash mode because it's Fort Myers. And there's lots of birds and seagulls. Let's get the auto throttle on. Auto throttle is arm 350, 144, 063 on the heading is set. Clean Pan Am. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look this up. Is this on YouTube, Nabil? Somebody was sent me a link, I think. I'm gonna have to look it up. I wonder if they're hiring. I love that sound. I already did that. I already did the throttle slam. All right. One last real-world schedule check before we depart here. Let's see how we're looking. No new trips that I'm interested. My last big request is still pending. Let me check tomorrow's schedule, if anybody was so kind. Nobody has been so kind yet. It's still on the trade board. Great. Excellent. So it looks like I'm going to work while we start World War III. All right, here we go. Spool them up. Yoga's in chat. Let's go. Hello? Yoga? N1 Toga. Oh, we're supposed to select heading select.
For my traffic,
V1. Rotate.
for my traffic,
Positive rate. Gear up. A little bit of a crosswind there. Fly with. Need to have a little more right aileron. And 1,000 feet. We didn't have VNAV arms, so VNAV. Flaps up. We're so light, man. We're rocketing. And flaps up all the way. A little bit of trim in there. Trim, trim. Flap sounds on the 737 definitely superior to the Airbus, for sure. Not just sim world, real world. Already speeding. Let's go ahead and heading over about 360. How do I, 360 to the left. Blackbird dropping the 10 gifted subs on the 737 throttle takeoff. What's going on, Blackbird? Thanks again for another massive 10 gifted sub bomb. You are currently looking at 737 levers. Toga push button. You're wondering where it is. It's on the hardware, so you can spool them up and then hit Toga from the wing view because you actually have a Toga button, just like the real throttles. Gotta love it. I figured you could use this to boost your concentration on the departure while already fatigued. Well, I already violated 250 below 10, forgot to select heading and VNAV, but I appreciate you. I think it worked, Blackbird. Appreciate the support, my man. All right, we are going to get, that's a pretty dang good vector. Give me a Boeing type rating and an ATC rating to go with it. Let's go take Seashell, put it on top, execute, and LNAV. N1 LNAV, V1 speed at a 10,000 feet already. It's 4 miles traffic, Southwest 357 out of 9,700. Climbing out to the north, last call, Fort Myers. All right, there's 10,000 feet, lights coming off. Do these stay on the whole time? Probably. And that looks good. All right. Accelerating out. Man, we're only at 89.9. How do I get more, I don't get any more N1? 89.9, climb N1. It does hand fly, nice. Man, the flaps in the 707 sound exactly like the iFly flaps. Don't they, Mickey G? Oh, Mickey G, I gotta send you this picture, dude. I gotta send you this picture. My buddy got a picture of a Doomsday Bird being tanked. Flew right under him. Going east. I wonder why. It's a sweet photo, man. I didn't know you could air-to-air refuel with 707. I mean, I guess it makes sense. No second leg unless somebody picks up my Cancun turn.
Come on, Chevy. Giant 338.
Alright, let's go ahead and flip over to Unicom. 22.8 is set. We'll put our noise canceling headphones on. Noise canceling headphones on. I mean, look at that. We are trimmed out. It's accelerating a little bit, but we'll go ahead and engage Command A. I didn't like my trimmed out speed. It wants to accelerate faster. So Command A engaged, 35,000 feet. Let's target in true Southwest fashion here. Let's go 310 knots, please. 310 or better in the climb out. Wonderful. Yeah, you can almost see the Toga push buttons right there under the Blackbird lever. Love it, love it, love it. When does Cancun departs in the morning, man? Good afternoon, Tori. Good to see you, man. Why don't I use the 737 flaps on my Bravo? I haven't had time to calibrate my Bravo because I just reinstalled Windows, and I'm trying to get away without doing any binding stuff right now in Sim Update 2, because for all of you that know Sim Update 2, anytime you're trying to change bindings in the menu, it takes like 3 minutes just to bind one thing because of the lag. So I don't have a full profile set up yet in 2024 ever since I reinstalled Windows. And when I use the Bravo flap lever right now, it won't let me go past flaps 1. So it needs a calibration, and I need to actually bind it, but I'm trying to just scoot by until Sim Update 3 drops and it fixes the binding lag. My clouds are clouding, look at that. And this is so, I don't like seeing this because it's kind of ugly, but that bright white texture where you can barely see anything is pretty much how it is midday when the sun's right on top of you. Now the leading edge is definitely, you can tell it's got P3D basics, but trailing edge is not too bad. Coffee or tea? I'm paying consider $20 an hour. Chip chop chip. Miss V1, can we do the black tea lemonade? Black tea lemonade, please. Yeah, black tea lemonade. Blackbird, thanks for the $5 super chat. The way you said Command A makes me think the WestJet pilots say Command A. Touche, nice Blackbird. Command A. So how do WestJet pilots say Command A? You only get about a 15-second lag, Captain Mingy. I get about 20, 25, and it's just, I don't have the patience for it. So right now I have enough bound. The only thing I don't have bound really is the flaps and my other Boeing tiller. So you see if you're in the cockpit cam, I'm still using my Airbus tiller from Cat 3 because I don't want to take the time to sit there and bind my other tiller. We're through 18. We'll set standards, STDs once, twice, and thrice. Are they linked up? They are linked up. Wonderful. Our clouds are clouding on our climb out today. SNA Aviation, what's going on, my buddy? I tried to pick up an SNA trip for next month. I didn't get it, unfortunately. Had a long SNA overnight. I really, really wanted it. Did not get it. I got stuck with Pensacola instead. Cancun is still on the trade board, chat. Man, I'm really regretting picking that up. I also picked up a Providence. Oh no, not a Providence. What did I pick up? A Raleigh Durham. I haven't been to Raleigh in a long time. But I have a Raleigh Durham turn the day after Expo. I'm probably going to leave Expo on Sunday. Come in Friday, be there all day Saturday, leave Sunday at some point. Sure there's no other trips that I want to swap to. Go Sim Update 3, beta running now after 3 weeks. I mean, I've heard so many mixed signals for Sim Update 3, so I'm not doing it. Beta, that is, the beta. Especially since, knock on wood, right now my sim has been running so smooth that I just don't want to blow it up right now. I just don't want to. There's nothing in Sim Update 3 that I've seen that is a must-have right now. Now, there are things that I'm very interested for in Sim Update 3. I'm very interested in the downloading your own airports and stuff and airplanes, so you don't have to stream all of that. I'm very interested in that. I'm looking forward to that, but nothing right now to just blow up my Sim Update 2 stable and just in hopes that Sim Update 3 works. But I have heard the majority of things I've heard have been positive. There have been a couple negatives, but the majority have been positive. Phoenix Galaxy has a negative. Beta 3 destroyed my frames and I could fix it. I couldn't fix it until I tracked back to Sim Update 2. So you're not the first person I've heard that from, Phoenix Galaxy. There's been a handful of others. But there has been, I would say, a majority of people have said it's been better. But I just think, I mean, since that's why it's called a beta, right? I mean, you could have, what's to say you could have a stable Sim Update 3 beta and then they push another update and now your beta 3 is toast, right? I just don't want to risk it. It's not worth it for me. Max Calgro says Sim Update 3 has the option to cache all sim assets locally. Yes, that's what I am most excited for. Absolutely. Most excited for. Download the controls, please. What do you mean download the controls? Maybe join the beta so you don't have to deal with it now. I've thought about joining it, download all the stuff, and then go back to Sim Update 2, but no, I'm just not. It's not worth it right now. Custom views reset every flight for me as well? Really? Wesley Wood, I've not had that since the original release of Microsoft 2024, where my views would reset. That was so frustrating. That's happening to you in Sim Update 2? That's what killed me. And the ortho, I mean, it's looking good. Like, see, why would I blow this up? Gosh dang it! Stop closing window shades on me. I'm gonna have to change that, dude. Canyon Gold engine. That takes me straight back. This also takes me straight back to FSX because I'm pretty sure the PMDG leading edge used to look exactly like this in FSX. I actually think the PMDG leading edge, I think it looks better. Is that a hot take? I think the PMDG leading edge and slats look better in 2020 than the iFly. Timu slats, as Turk would call them. I left the beta as it restreamed all the Azobo airports and I couldn't delete them, so I've gone back to 2. Not good. Oh, download, save the control profile in some update 3 beta. I see. Well, right now, I'm not too concerned about it. We'll see. I wonder when they're going to release it. I can't believe Adobo's not going to the Expo. Like, you only have the largest flight simulator franchise ever, and I mean, I guess they're going to focus heavily on DCS and combat sims, which I'm interested to take a look at and see, but man, Adobo not going to the Expo, that's they're scared of Turk, probably. They're probably scared of everybody. They're going to ask them questions. You also can't paint the wings on iFly or FS Labs. They both used hacks to port their planes in Microsoft. Great. Go figure. I still haven't gone to 24 because of all the problems. I think it was released a year early. Dude, Blackbird. Other than the control binding problems, I haven't had any problems in 24. I think people blow up problems. I think it's blown out of proportion. I mean, I had some issues early on, but that also was my fault with my PC. I switched GPUs. I had driver problems. I had a DDU. I had some PC issues. But other than that, dude, this release was actually better than 2020 by far. I think 2020 was atrocious. I mean, I didn't even step foot into 2020 virtually until I think well after a year. Wingnut, did you try the default frame gen? There are people with specs similar to you that are running good, having good performance. What I think might be causing issues is people's internet speeds are not as fast as they thought, maybe, or maybe I think having a fast internet can help with remedy a lot of different things, because I notice when I used to fly at 2024 on my Starlink at home, I would see things and encounter some issues that I've never encountered with my fiber connection. And I think that has something to do with it. Look at that. I mean, I need sunglasses. Where are my sunglasses? I actually have my real world sunglasses. I should put my watch on, my real world flying watch. Awful screen tearing. Blackbird says, to be fair, control binding problems are a big deal for a control manufacturer. Very true, Blackbird. Very true. So I could definitely see why. Well, you could go to Sim Update 3. Uh-oh. Schedule alert, chat. Schedule alert. Stand by. For 25th of July. Ooh, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? San Juan? DFW to O'Hare, and then fly from O'Hare to San Juan, and then, well, you get 24 hours, but then fly the red-eye back. No, thank you. I don't feel like flying a 5.5-hour block at 1 o'clock in the morning. Get out of here with that nonsense. Gross. Let's see, do I want to do that? I don't want to do that, do I, chat? It's a midnight 42 report time in San Juan. Get into Dallas at 6 a.m. I can't do that. That's, I mean, if I have to do a red eye, I can do one, but a 6-hour red eye, that is asking a lot. A 6-hour red eye is asking a lot. All right, the wife says I'm here, but no parking. Stand by. All right, chat, I'm going to grab my little black tea lemonade to help juice me up for the rest of the stream, and I will be right back. Where do you guys want to sit? Nose cam? I think nose cam would be good. We're going to overspeed. I'm slightly concerned with our distance to red line. Why can't you just transition to Mach? It won't transition to Mach automatically, even though you set a speed hold of 285. What's happening here? It will not, so it won't transition to Mach? Unacceptable. Is that how the real airplane is, Wingnut? If I put a hard speed in here for target, it won't convert to Mach. Well, yeah, I didn't put Mach in the box because I figured it would automatically convert to Mach when I had crossover altitude. Unacceptable. 1,000 feet to go. Tail camera. I'll leave you in the jump seat view. Hold on. Wingnut's in charge. Let's lower this torture device here in 2 FPS. Okay. Wingnut's in charge. Don't touch my fire levers. I'll be right back. Cross over to what? If you don't specify what Mach do you want it to swap at? I want it to cross over to the Mach that corresponds with 290 knots, which would be like 7.9 Mach. They tell me I can't figure that out? So if I put, so for instance, in the Airbus, if I put 330, right, or let's just say I want to go all the way out, right, 340 knots in the climb out. I put 340 indicated in the perf climb. As it go over crossover altitude, it'll switch into 8.0 Mach or 8.1 Mach because that's as fast as it can go. Same in the descent. If I put 270 in the descent to slow down in the transition airspeed, 290 corresponds to any Mach at different altitudes. Yeah, but Mach, yeah, 290 in space is Mach 3, but at that current altitude. So crossover altitude in that mid-20 range, hold on, we've got more alerts. Can't leave yet. No. It should be able to calculate the current Mach. So as you go through crossover altitude in indicated airspeed, it should then switch to the corresponding Mach at that crossover altitude. So whatever you're flying, I'm flying 300 knots and I cross over at 26,000 feet, it should cross over to whatever that Mach is right there and hold it. Because if you don't, then you could, I mean, if you select 330 knots and then you go up to 38,000 feet, you're going to be overspeeding. That's a terrible design. Airbus for the win. All right. Let's see, what else have they got? The 20th, of course. Oh, there's a day trip on the 20th. LA red eye, don't want that one. Do I want to do a Louisville turn? Ooh, 5:15 report time. No, I want to do an Atlanta turn. Let's do an Atlanta turn. Request submitted for an Atlanta turn. Louisville is nice. It's only 4 hours block, but 5:15 report? 5:15. Get back at 11:30 a.m. though? That's tempting, chat. All right, I'll be right back. You have control. I got to get my tea. Don't touch anything, Wingnut. All right. We back. We back. Did any alerts go off? What am I missing? Uh-oh. Hold on. Oh. All right. Both engines are on fire. Pull the fire handles. All right, we're cruising at 35,000 feet. Let's clean this up. Let's give the instruments to the FO side because I want to clean mine up. We're looking good. 35,000, 7.9 Mach. Seatbelt sign is coming off. Now free to move about the cabin. We need to do some chilling. Outside cam. Ooh, Canyon Gold. Drone cam shot. Uh-oh. Oh. Ah! Schedule alert, chat. Hold on. Coffee acquired, ready to aviate. What's going on, Kip? Dude. Hold on, let me answer this. Schedule Mayhem Day situation. Dude, that tracking thing you were showing me on your stream looked awesome, man. That's what we need. That is what we need. What are all these strips here? The 25th. Oh, Another one on the 25th? No, I don't want that one either. Wow. Las Vegas to New Orleans red eye. That's a great trip, but it has that long red eye in there. Don't want to do that one. All right. Status quo. Let's turn the sim down. Is it really loud for you? Even when it's low for me, it's loud. All right. We need to get some Southwest music on. What were we listening to last time? That was we were listening to the 80s music for Starship. That was fun. This one, I think this is our Starship Anthem song. We'll listen to it today since the release day is tomorrow. I'm still baffled about this supposed auto mock transition. Okay, let's get back to this conversation. You know what I'm saying, right? You understand what I'm saying about the auto mock transition. I just realized Microsoft is missing the bird strike on the windshield artifact. Uh-oh, uninstall. This livery is awesome, though. Some Texas country? Let's do it. I'm in the mood for some country music, too. Okay, 290 knots can be any Mach number. What is, okay, is 200, what is 290 knots going to be at 26,000 feet on average? The altitude should be taken into, because that's the average crossover altitude, a transition altitude. That's going to be anywhere between 25 and 28,000 feet. You're going to transition into Mach. Why are we having a hard time? I must not be explaining myself. Uh-oh, what just unplugged? What's unplugging, chat? What's happening here? Did you guys hear that? The Bruner? I hope it wasn't the Bruner. So, at first, we must understand that the basic aerodynamics leaving the chat. Oh my gosh. No. Listen. When the aircraft speed is equal to the Mach number measured at that speed, it should transition. Okay? Because as you climb up, as long as you're going above 30,000 feet, there will be a point where you're going to cross over from indicated airspeed to Mach. They're going to actually be the same. So if I select 290 knot climb out, I don't need to tell it what Mach I wanted, Wingnut, because at 290 knots, it's going to pass the Mach number that's 290 knot equivalent. And when that happens, it should switch to Mach in the box and Mach in the hole. 290.6 is way different than 2. Right, but you... No. Hold on. Wingnut knows. This guy flew fighter jets. Can you believe this stuff? Oh, the camera's unplugged, chat. We have a camera unpluggage. We have a camera unpluggage. Which camera is that? Oh, that one. Stand by. Nope, I think that was the wrong camera. I don't know what happened there. Hopefully the camera didn't die on us for real. All right. Hold on, I can't do this long because we got lyrics. Let's get back to this conversation with this fighter pilot. Ian Woodbridge, thanks for the 2,500 RCs, man. No more Boeing nonsense, Cap. We need BFU inauguration flight and Avianca 319 with Sharklets, MROC, MHTG, MGGT, double leg, break YouTube. It'll happen, Ian. It's going to happen, my man. Once we get it dropped, we're going to be flying 319 Sharklets all day, every day, my man. I'm saving the Airbus content. Are we still flying where we're supposed to be flying? Yeah. I'm saving the Airbus content until we get the BFU. You know? Because we're going to fly out a ton. Oh, clouds are clouding, chat. Look at that. Okay. Basically, I need to get back to wingnuts here. What is he saying? You mean the IS mock is set when you execute in the box? No. Every airline, how do we not understand this? Wingnut, have you ever had the instruction when you transition, maintain 290 knots, descend at maintain, so say like maintain 79 or greater in the transition, maintain 290 knots. Do you know what that means in the transition? Your aircraft is going to transition from a Mach to indicated airspeed. Months, not years. Jeez. Wait, that's for the $20 super chat. This is for an aerodynamics textbook. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wait, thank you for the $20 super chat for an aerodynamics textbook. I'm going to buy one online. Do you have a recommendation? Let me buy one on Amazon. But yeah, both information through Mach and IAS. Correct. Altitude is the variable. Correct. But listen, hear me out. The altitude is the variable, right? Why is it variable? Because it's changing. So at some point, it's going to change past what you are actually holding. So let's just stick with the climb example because that's the easiest one to explain. I'm climbing out 290 knots. At some point, 290 knots is going to pass as I'm climbing. The Mach is going to be so 290 knots low level is going to be way different than 290 knots at 30,000 feet, right? But at some point, that Mach number is going to creep up. If you have a scale, where's my camera? Now I don't have a freaking camera. So we'll do it on this. We'll do it on this camera here. Wait, hold on. I can't do this. Do it this way. I'm breaking all my stuff here for you. All right, so airplane climbing, okay? Mach number down here goes up and down, right? So I'm climbing out 290 knots. What is Mach doing? It's going up. When Mach and my climb speed hit right here, boom, transition to whatever the Mach hold is, which is probably going to be in the range of 7.7-ish, right? And then we hold Mach all the way out. Use your credit card as a model. Hold on, I drop all kinds of stuff. The one time I need my camera's not working now. What's going on with this? Unacceptable. Hold on. I gotta figure out what cable this one's connected to. But you didn't specify altitude or Mach. I don't need to specify. Why would I need to specify it if it's going to...
You're killing me, Smalls. It's only noon here and I already need a whiskey neat, lol.
Who was that? I got a lot. Who was that? Oh my gosh. Thank you for the bank angle check. I got to pull up my my receipts. Steven, the 737. Thank you, man. I'm with you, man. I quit drinking, but I'm going to need a whiskey by the time I get home. Goodness me. Thank you for the 737 super chat. All right. Wingnet says, your precious Airbus uses the Cossack to intercept the Econ machine. No. Listen. Boeing would do the same thing, but you need to be an Econ. No, I don't want to be an Econ. What I'm telling you what it should do. Okay. Let's back up. Let's calm down. I'm climbing out. Okay, so I can't put this back to climb page, can I? No, because we're already through climb. So I'm climbing out, and I want to climb. ATC says maintain max forward speed. I select 330 knots in here, right, in the FMC. You're telling me if I do not change my 330 knot in the FMC, the 737 is gonna just drive us into the barber pole as we climb out. Is that in fact true or false? I'm asking legitimately because I don't know. I put 330 knots in the FMC for climb out, and I don't touch anything, and I'm climbing to 40,000 feet. Will it drive it into the barber pole? Correct. See? That's dumb. So that's what I'm saying, Wingnut. At some point, as you're climbing out at 330 knots, your Mach number will hit the same equivalent indicated airspeed as 330 knots. At that point, that's when it should cross over. That's what real airplanes do, such as the Airbus. It will actually cross over, and even if you have an indicated airspeed selected in the window here, even if I have 330 knots selected, and I'm climbing out in selected speed open climb, when I go through that Mach transition, it will automatically do the little thing that the same thing that the CO button does here, crossover. Look, it even says it. Crossover, Wingnut. Crossover. Crossover what? Crossover airspeed to Mach or vice versa. There's no equivalent Mach to 330. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. Wingnut, what Mach am I flying right now? What Mach number is this 737 at? 0.797. What is the indicated airspeed? What is the indicated airspeed? Okay, I'm 797 at 270 knots and 35,000 feet. As I descend, Mickey G, what's up? Okay, Wingnut, stop thinking about 35,000 feet, because let's do this. Let's do a real world example here. We're going to do a real world example. I'm given a descent instruction now to descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Wingnut's keyboard is in flames right now. I'm surprised he hasn't called me yet, actually. Where's my phone? I'm surprised he hasn't called me to rant this out. Maybe I should bring him on. Is he on Discord? Maybe we should bring him on for voice. All right. We're going to descend to 10,000 feet. And I want to maintain, ATC says, in the transition, Southwest, I need you to maintain 300 knots. Okay, says Wingnut. We're going to maintain 300 knots in the transition. How would you set that up? You're going to put 300 knots probably in your descent speed, right? Which I got to be careful with the box. Somebody said it will CTD. Get him on? All right, let's get him on. We're going to get him on. Wingnut, your presence is requested in the skiff. I can't. We're going to pause the music. We're bringing Wingnut on live for a live debate, chat. Live debate. He better answer. Let me go back to full screen cam. I'm sorry that I have a frozen camera. I'm not quite sure. Why that is. Wingnut, get in voice. Prog page 3 or 4 will CTD. All right, thank you. All right, here we go. All right, chat. Are we live? Say something.
God.
Can we hear him? Okay, here we go. Can you hear me?
Oh, you have to put the Mach number that you want
so
to transition to. Otherwise, the jet doesn't know where you want to transition.
So you're telling me the jet is stupid?
No, I'm telling you the jet does pilot things. The
No,
Airbus just doesn't know what he's doing.
But no, that's not true at all. So you're telling me you have to put the altitude at which you transition? Wait,
no. Okay, so in the box, you would put 300 slash the Mach number you want to intercept. And then when the jet climbs on a fixed speed schedule of 300 knots, when the Mach reaches what you selected, it will transition over to Mach.
Do you know what that... So perfect. I love your example. So say that again one more time.
Okay, so if you put in the box 300 slash 0.79,
Okay.
the jet will climb on a fixed speed schedule of 300 knots.
Wait, be very careful. A fixed indicated airspeed schedule.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. A fixed, well, calibrated technically, right?
Correct. Yep, correct.
A fixed calibrated airspeed of 300 knots.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the Mach number that you selected, 0.79, reaches that calibrated
Oh,
airspeed.
okay, stop
it
right
will
there.
change
Stop.
over-
When the
Okay.
Mach reaches the calibrated airspeed, you
Correct.
have just hit what?
Changeover.
Right. Crossover. Oh, is that what that stands for? Changeover?
Or crossover.
I don't know.
Crossover, changeover,
Because
whatever.
it says CO
Sure.
on it. Yeah, okay. Okay, done. Perfect. Thank you for proving my point. That's the altitude at which it should
the problem
automatically
is in
switch
the
to
box.
Mach.
If you look in the box, all you did, you put the first part of the equation. You put 300 knots.
It should know that I'm
And
climbing up to 35,000 feet. So it should
But
know.
it doesn't know what Mach you want to cruise at.
Yes, it does, because I want to cruise at the same Mach that I'm climbing out at my calibrated indicated speed. Why would I want to change
That's
my
where
speed?
the Boeing is better. Is
No,
that you can
that's where the
specify,
Boeing is
I want
dumb.
to climb at 0.7 and I want to cruise at 0.8.
Why would I do that?
Efficiency.
But if you hit that, then guess what's going to happen? Your climb rate's going to increase.
No. See,
Yeah, yeah,
Airbus
yeah.
said that's too complicated for pilots to understand, so we're going to make it just be a one-trick pony, and it's going to climb, cruise, and descend all at the same Mach number.
No.
Boeing said you can climb at the most efficient climb Mach number, you can cruise at the most efficient cruise Mach number, and descend at the most efficient descent Mach number.
No. Well, you could do that in the Airbus too. You just call cost index 0, right?
Yeah, you just got to be fiddling with your cost index sometimes.
No,
Boeing, you just
because
program the
actually,
box and go.
So the Airbus is actually so advanced and so well. If I go to the descent page, I'm not going to CTD you here, am I? Let's see. Go VNav. I can go to descent. Next page. Okay, so this is good. It actually has it for you. It has target speed in Mach and indicated airspeed, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So why doesn't it have that in the climb out? Because the Airbus does.
It did, and Fake Pilot deleted it.
I deleted it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. What's
no.
the tape, dude? Yep. What's the tape? It had 290 slash 0.78.
And then I put in
Fake Pilot
330.
went in and put an indicated airspeed.
Right, because I wanted
and
to
never
climb
put a Mach
faster.
number in.
So why would it delete the Mach number?
The real jet doesn't. That's an iFly problem.
Oh, so we're debating over a bug then.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the
because
real
I
jet-
totally agree with you. The real jet should have
has-
kept the Mach number there. If I've put 330,
Correct.
it should have just either change the Mach number or just leave it whatever it was until I specify it. Right?
Correct.
So really, this whole conversation is based upon a bug in iFly.
Well, yeah, until
because that makes sense to me. If I say I want to climb out 330 knots and it says okay and 7.9 Mach over here, you're telling me it won't actually change to Mach even though you're climbed through the crossover altitude. It'll just stay at indicated but won't overspeed, is what you're saying.
if you deleted the Mach number, if you only had the indicated airspeed, because in the real jet it'll say 300 knots slash 0.79, and if you wanted 320, you would type in 320, put it in the box, and it will keep the Mach number, so it would say 320 slash 0.79.
Right. So just like
I
the Airbus
don't
does.
know.
So it's a bug.
Right.
So we've been
don't
fighting this whole time.
No.
I think I missed top of descent. How do I go down?
I got to check actually next flight if you can delete that and put just a fixed airspeed with no Mach number.
because that makes no sense to me. Because if you just put a fixed airspeed with no Mach number, then that to me means, hey, this airplane is going to maintain that indicated airspeed no matter what, and either it'll go to the barber pole and just back off it, or it'll overspeed you. I know in the Airbus, that actually was a later software change where initially, if you pulled and had a selected speed of 330 and you were climbing out, sometimes it wouldn't actually transition to Mach, and then you would find out you're right at 8.1, you're right in the barber pole in the climb out, and you're like, whoa, I need to dial this back. And eventually what would happen is your speed bug would actually go into the barber pole, because 330 is up here, right? So your speed bug would be in the barber pole, but the jet would actually keep you right at the edge of the speed limit, which theoretically is okay unless it's bumpy or something. But
So how many times did you overspeed before Airbus decided to change the software?
that's classified information. More than 0 and less than 10.
So I don't know if the iFly. I don't think the actual jet will allow you to just put an airspeed in. I think it always keeps.
So
the Mach number.
in this particular example, I'm descending at 7.9 Mach, right? And I'm going to transition to 324 knots.
Correct.
Right. So,
But you need both those pieces of information on the climb
no,
page.
you don't need those information. You don't need that on the climb page. It's right here.
On the climb page, it only said 295.
Where's my 330 knots? Is it above or below? Where's my 330 knots? It's up here, right?
Skill issue.
No, diagnosed iFly issue, and so, but you do understand transition altitude now. We've learned something today. Crossover altitude. So like, look, we're gonna go through crossover altitude again. Do you want to watch it?
Textbook, send it to me, and I'll review the changeover.
Listen, okay, I will. Do you have a recommendation? I'll pick one up. I got a Cancun turn tomorrow. I don't want to do it, so I need something to read. All right, but
that would go over well if you're reading aerodynamics and Mach number as you're climbing through transition altitude. I'm sure the FO will be thrilled.
Definitely thrilled. Yeah. See, look at our indicated airspeed's going up, and our Mach is going down. It's crazy.
Are you descending now? I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah,
I
we're
lost
descending.
the stream.
Oh, is the stream still live? I hope it's still live.
It is.
Okay.
I'm on my phone, so I can only do one at a time.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm glad we got that settled. So.
Yeah. Skill
right,
issue.
so
Diagnosed.
No. Boeing issue.
All right. Good luck.
All right,
I'll be
thanks,
watching
Matt.
your VNAV.
All right. I'll talk to you later, man. See ya. Thanks for the super chat, by the way. All right. So I think we have agreed that I was correct and iFly is bugged, and Fly Navy learned about changeover altitude today. That's what we've accomplished. I'll pick up an aerodynamics textbook, but we're down to 25,000 feet. We actually have to finish this flight here. 11,000 feet. Let's go ahead and set that in. So at the end of the day, it was a bug. I think so. He's going to do some. Testing. All right, descend. So how to put it back? Alt A and V. Yeah, VNAV path. Down we go. Let's go ahead and get this set up here. 109.7, 154 is of course flaps 40 because there's no other flap option. 154. Get this man a cockpit tray table. 100% skill issue. There's no skill issues. 154 set all the way around twice. Thanks for the $2 super chat, man. Appreciate you coming on, and I'm glad. I'll do a video on crossover altitude. I'll put a crossover. Not a bug. You did it wrongly. No, I did nothing wrongly. The airplane should know. We need a little speed brake to slow down though, because we're cooking. Drag required. All right, VNAV descent. Yeah, see 324. That's a bit much. It's probably too late in the descent. So if I do this, then we're going to really be below on the descent. So we're really going to get the speed brake out. It's Southwest though. They're used to this. We'll go ahead and get the fasten seatbelt sign on. We'll go cont here. Landing elevation is set. WingX convo with the chief. So why did you overspeed? Settling an argument? Mike, I keep telling him he needs to stream more often, but for some reason he's like, I don't know. He won't do it. I broke my little model too. I'm not happy about that. Well, I didn't break it. I guess the stand fell off. Did I miss any trips? 29 minutes ago. Hold on. I got to do a real schedule check here. Stand by. I got all my tabs got out of order here because I was getting ready to start asking Grok about transition altitude. All right. Let's see. Nothing new. What about my other request? Did I get my other request? Still processing. It's interesting. We're still processing. You didn't include the / when you changed the speed? I changed it to 310 just fine without the /. Do you need the /? Is it smart enough to know? Oh, see how it deletes that? See, it shouldn't delete that, in my opinion. Boeing is wrong. So in the Airbus has the exact same layout here. It's actually reversed. It's got indicated and then Mach. And if you try to input, if I were to try to input 290 knots and this was an Airbus McDo, it would say invalid entry because I didn't have the /. If I put the / and then put 290, it would take it, obviously just like it did here in the 737. But the conversation we had, I think, revolved around a misunderstanding of what the real airplane would do. I'm actually surprised if it would delete that Mach number. The real 7.3 does that too, just not the Temu flight. Oh, really? Okay, well, so Boeing is wrong then. Rapid speed is so southwest. Exactly. We're coming down for 11, and then, let's see. Yeah, we'll go down to 11, then we'll just fly level change it to 5 and vector ourselves into Fort, or not Fort Myers, wherever we're going, Charleston. 154. We still have to dial in the frequency too, though. 109.7. We need to go mode, ILS 109 decimal 7, flip you over 109 decimal 7, back to active. 109.7, both sides, 154 is set. We're on the VNAV path to 11 out of 13. No engine anti-ice is required. 7.6 on the gas. We're looking good. I'm going to get the full flap stream this afternoon to correct all this fake news. Please do. Full flap sim on YouTube. Check them out. Guys, I don't know why the control cam is bugged. I might just have to leave it off on this one. That is very peculiar. It's slightly concerning. Hold on, let me try one more thing here. No, that's not it. Oh, wait. We're back? We got it back. We got it fixed. All right, good. We got it fixed. I had to put the / back in the box. Modeling his forearm. I genuinely baffles how much easier it is to fly an Airbus in comparison to a Boeing. Well, there's definitely some things that are baffling in the Boeing. All right, so we're at 11. I'm going to flight level change down to 5,000 feet. And I'm going to manually control the speed by selecting speed intervention. 240 is fine. Level change. Power should come to idle. MCP speed coming down at 250. Gonna need a little speed brake to help pull that down. Let's get the lights on. That stays there. That can come on. And Oceana down there. All right, good. So we don't need these charts anymore. We can go back. Airport search. K Charleston. And we're on the ILS runway 15. Not the special authorization, just ILS Loc 15. Complete. ILS Loc 15 chart says that's off of Charleston, go all the way out. We're not going to do that. Let's take it off of Mamey. We have Mamey. Mamey altitude is actually way lower than that. 1600 Ashley outbound, so we can keep coming down. We'll set 5 for now. We're looking good. Hello, Captain. Flew Ryanair 737-800 at the weekend, and we held for 3 hours after boarding due to a software update problem. Think it was the EFB or the plane itself? I reckon EFB. It could be either, I'll be honest with you. Rotorwash, what's going on, man? Sorry, guys, over there on the vertical chat. I didn't see you. Wasn't paying attention to much chat there. I was in full-blown debate mode with the 737 guy. I'm going to have an aneurysm watching these descents. What is wrong with level changing below 10? We're below 10. Why can't we just descend at level change? How was the trip? Trip was good, Hong Star. Trip was good. Just early, though. I mean, it was a early show on day one, 2:15 in the morning. I had to get up at 2:15, set my alarm. That was a brutal one. And then 3:15 this morning. But we got home early. We got a lot of work done on our schedule mayhem day. Things are looking good. We got our black tea lemonade, so we're doing good. I definitely have a dartboard in the office with the Boeing logo at the center. Need to get one of those. You know what I should hand out at Expo? Or I should go to the men's bathroom in the at Expo and put those little pee pads, have just the Boeing logo, and go put those in all the urinals. That's what I should do. Get banned from all future expos. Nah, Boeing is great, man. Just prior to the 737NG series. 75, 72, 76, 71, 74. I fly out to LA from Newark. Man, I can't wait to experience these delays from Newark. Man, David, I've been hearing they even had one. They had one yesterday, I think. There was an additional delay or another meltdown yesterday. Not good. 5,000 at Pippi. We're below the path. We're descending to 5, though. We're looking good. That is looking good out there, too. Wingnut is going to end up putting your V1 logo in the urinals at this point. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. I just can't believe you didn't know what changeover altitude was. Come on, Wingnut. Admit that you learned what changeover altitude was. Newark is a nightmare. We flew out of JFK last month to avoid the headache. Probably a wise choice, man. Probably a wise choice. The tiles will fall off wherever you place those Boeing stickers. Captain Simp, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, Captain Simp. Mohammed says, what's your take on the manual flying of the iFly Max? Captain Simp, I'll tell you this. It hand flies like a dream. It really does. I don't know. I don't fly the 737, so I can't say that it's realistic or not. But what I will say is I am surprised at how stable and how well it actually hand flies in the sim. Is it almost too stable? I don't know. But Full Flap Sim, he's flown it, and he said he actually likes the way it handles too. So I would take his word for it over mine, for sure. And I can definitely tell you, though, it is very positive. It hand flies very well. And it's so easy to trim. I think that's maybe what it is. It's so easy to trim the airplane into a desired state. Whether you're trimming for 290 knots, for example, climbing out above transit crossover altitude. If you trim it for 290 knots, when you fly through that changeover altitude and you start doing 7.9 Mach, nothing's going to change. It's just perfectly trimmed and locked in. I love it. V1 urinal targets when? I'd like a bulk order. Oh my goodness. All right, we need to slow down. Let's go down to, I should have descended first. 2,000 level change, flaps 5. Rybreed says, while we're discussing the small details, I've heard the ETOP 737 is required to have 2 APU fire bottles. So the handle should have left and right. Does anyone know if that's accurate? That's a great question for Wingnut. I know ETOPS does a lot of different stuff for fire suppression. And I don't know how could I tell? It says discharge left or right for the APU. Can I test it in flight? I'm kind of afraid. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. I just did it. Engines are still working. All right, let me see if I can figure out this direct to. Wingnut says it's easier to do this in the 7.3 than it is the Boeing. I hit Mamay, put it on the top, intercept course 057. That's not correct. I want 154. Execute. That's pretty simple. Airbus is more simple because you don't have to look at your course. It'll tell you automatically what the inbound course is. So, while it's simple, Airbus wins that argument as well. Squib test is on the right side. I got a little speed brake to help us come down. Squib test is on the right side. Oh, engines APU. I'm not sure how to tell. Can you tell Wingnut if this APU has a left and right fire bottle? APU bottle discharge. It's just got one light. Oh, look. Right bottle discharge? I think that's for the engines, though. Left bottle discharge. I'm not sure. Auto brakes. We're going to go manual brakes on this one. Manual brakes, flaps full, reverse as required. And we also need to get the CTAF running here for Charleston. 26 nothing. Wingnut says you can move the handle left and right. Unsure if there are two separate bottles though. All right. Hopefully that answers your question, man. 126.
2500.
Charleston traffic. Southwest 357 type 737. We're on a extended downwind for the ILS 15 Charleston traffic. Let's spin it around. Oh, left that out. Let me get flight recorder going. You have control. I can't see what's going on. All right, flight recorder is up and recording. All right, so we're turning to final. Let's go ahead and go approach. LNAV, VOR loc, altitude hold. Here, I'm gonna go full Boeing on this. Vertical speed 500. Vertical speed 500, please. VOR loc. I don't have a glide slope arm, which is kind of scary, but maybe we're too far. Maybe that's a Microsoft thing. Guys, if you've enjoyed this quick stream, please do hit the like button. Hit the like button if you enjoy having Wingnut come on and debate live with me on stream. We might have to do a podcast or something together. Also, make sure you go check out his channel, Full Flap Sim, on YouTube. He said he's streaming today, so he better be flying the iFly Max. Altitude acquire. We need to pick another argument next time. I'm sure we'll find out. I'm sure we'll find something else to argue about. Why don't I have a glide slope arm, though? I have a white glide slope. Why no HUD? Actually, I don't know why no HUD. VOR loc. Shouldn't I have a glide slope arm? Recycle approach push button. Why? Is that a bug? Or is that real life? That's dumb. Airbus wins that again. So the Airbus actually has a loc. What's this VOR loc and then approach? It's got the same buttons. Oh, Wingnut says that's a bug? Okay, understandable then. Alright, let's hand fly this thing. Init ref, our final speed 133. So we're 1,500 feet above the ground. This is a great way to, wow, we're 1,500 feet at 10 miles. I kind of screwed that up, didn't I? That's right, we'll just maintain this for now. After testing the Brunner, how do you rate it? And now that you recommend people like their GA and jetliner flying, Swim and Klein, I love the Brunner. I can't go to anything other than force feedback as far as yokes are concerned. Now, I say that with a caveat that I look forward to seeing and hopefully testing some of the Moza yoke stuff at FS Expo, because I want to know how the Moza yoke compares to the Brunner. There's definitely some downfalls with the Brunner. It's not all, perfect all the time. That's for sure. There's definitely some bugs. Sometimes some airplanes don't talk well to the yoke. The CLS software is definitely buggy at times, and it could cause issues. But generally speaking, it's fantastic, and I still can't imagine going back to a non-force feedback type yoke for flying in the sim. But I'm also eagerly waiting to see what Moza has there at the expo. I don't have the Moza force feedback yoke, but I do have the Moza software for the force feedback side stick, and I think it's great. So I just don't know how it interfaces with the sim in yoke form. You wouldn't be able to cycle a non-lighted approach push button. Really? Non-lighted, is that unlit in English? Oh man, even my chat is taking shots at Wingnut here. You're in hostile territory, man. Fence in. Alright. Glide slope's alive. Can I set the Garan altitude right now without screwing this up? Garan altitude set 2,000. And I'm going to disconnect. Actually, before I disconnect, what do we say? 133. 139 is set. I have the thrust levers. Throttle's coming back. Gear's coming down. Try to be stable by 500 there. Or let's see if we can make it by 1,000. I don't think we will. Flaps 15. 25. There's 1,000 feet. We're stable-ish. We'll go all the way down to 500. Oh no, schedule alert, chat. What date is that for? Oh my gosh. Chat, we're about to crash. I'm trying to, we have a schedule alert. I gotta check trip. I'd trigger everybody if I went into pause mode here. Why no DME? That's a good question. I don't know why we don't have DME. Maybe there's no DME. Maybe it's not a low DME? I don't know. You can see our DME in the top right over here. We got for runway 15 missed approach point. All right, let's go flight director off, flight path vector on. That's how Wingnut likes to fly his approaches.
300.
Straight crosswind, 10 knots, 11 knots.
200.
Oh no, chat. My scheduling phone is going bananas. We're going to have to hold on the runway here. No time for a go around. Got a little bit fast, actually. Wow, look at that.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Check.
10.
Close. Hold. Oh, that wasn't too bad, was it? Reverse. I have questions about the ground handling. Not terrible though. Pretty standard 737 landing. Kablamo. Get out of here. Hold on. You have control. I gotta look at the scheduling thing. 25th of July. Ooh, or Orlando, San Antonio. Oh my gosh, 25-hour, 4-day trip. No red eyes. Gross. Chat, my big one got approved though. All right, let's get off the runway. Try flaring sometime. Oh, okay. We've got the recording. We're gonna watch that recording. Let's go ahead and get off the runway. See, my bindings are still a little wonky. Let's get off the runway up here to the right. We'll have to check our Volanta. I'm gonna send someone else around. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I was checking my schedule. No one else is checked in, so we're good. We'll clear it here, clean up. I didn't think it was too firm. I think I could have flared a little bit more, for sure. I'm actually impressed with the flight model there in landing. Like, there's really no ballooning of the 7 at flaps 40. It feels like it feels believable to me. I'll say that. I don't know if it's realistic or not, but it actually feels pretty believable. We'll take a look at the landing rate in the replay here in a minute. We're going to southwest taxi at the gate.
Giant 338. On ILS 150 miles.
I did see a Giant 7.4 passenger config in Fort Lauderdale this last trip too. It was pretty cool. You don't see very many of those. 74400 full passenger config for Atlas Air. Alright, looks like Wingnut's over here getting ready for his stream, so we'll park next to this United 73. We have default Charleston, because I couldn't find out if that Charleston was compatible or not. There was no notes on the marketplace or on the developer page for that Charleston airport, so if we didn't pop the overhead bins in, yeah, we're good. Hey, I'll tell you what, it's much better than our Avianca landing, right? I love the wheel brake sound. We did better than Avianca, that's for sure. Ooh, that was harder right there. All right, brakes set. Let's check a couple things. Trip-wise. Man, I really want something on the 30th, but they got picked up already. I'm just glad I got that 2-day swap. Man, I got a lot of Miami next month. I got a lot of Miami stuff going on. All right. We're all set. Let's, there's a giant landing, actually. Where's he at? Is it a 7-4? Oh, there's a 7-4 on final. Let's watch the 7-4 on final. While he's on final, I will pull up the landing rate. Here comes that united 320. Y'all don't know what hard is until you drop some ceiling panels.
Charleston traffic, giant 338, find my final for 15. Charleston.
All right, so he's on final. We got United down. Let's speed this camera up a little bit. We're gonna post it here. (7-4) on final. All right. Valanta says, so you know I'm not lying, I'll bring up it on the other page. Review flight, statistics. Oh, really? Chat, we got robbed. A 272 at 1.01 G. 272, huh? I feel like we got robbed on that. 272, really? All right. We'll take a look at that here in the replay. We'll watch this guy land, and then we will do our replay. Just in time for the replay. What's up, Vodka? Oh, look at that beautiful 7-4. I guess I should check to see if anyone picked up Cancun, because if no one picked up Cancun, then we're going to end the stream here, and I'm going to go home and do some laundry, maybe sleep, get ready and repacked for tomorrow. Another early one out and back. Oh, buddy. Ooh, that's a high descent rate right there. According to my external view, that looked like a high rate of descent upon impact. But right on center line, chat. Right on center line. Let's go ahead and we'll leave the camera here, and then we'll watch our replay. So we will unfollow you. We'll go back to the cockpit. Engines are still on. We'll disconnect. The replay is up. We're going to let the sim load in here. Unfortunately, the shaker runs the whole time on the iFly. Don't know why. So you can't really do those juicy cockpit views. Let me get the flaps full here. Yeah, so yeah, the shaker will run the whole time in my replay software. It's freight, no big deal. Do you like the sound set on that one, Bill? The 7.4? That's what we call ghost sound set, man. The ghost sound set. I really want to watch your DM. To be clear, Nabil, I can't watch it on stream, right? Let me see if anybody picked up tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Chat, for real? Somebody picked up my Cancun. Somebody picked up my Cancun chat. Guess who's got the rest of the week off? I'm ready. We're going to watch Full Flap Sim, though. We'll do that. I'm going to go home. I'm going to get rest. I'll tell you what. I'll make it up for you. I'll make it up for you. Since Full Flap Sim's going to go live, what we're going to do is everyone's going to watch his stream tonight. He's going to do a lesson in vertical navigation for the iFly Max. I've already picked out for him. He's going to do that stream. Tomorrow, since we will be able to fly, we're going to do 2 streams tomorrow. We're going to do MD-80 Redemption. For the first time ever in the history of the channel, we're going to operate Avianca 358, and we're going to do the same flight again. We're going to do the same stupid RNP approach that's not authorized for the MD-80, and we're going to land from, we're going to go from Bogota over to, what's it called? Pasto. All right, that's leg 1. And then we're going to have a Starship release party. I'm going to see if I can email Nick back, see what he's up to tomorrow. I know he's probably super busy with it being release day, and I wasn't sure if I was actually going to be off tomorrow or not till just now. So tomorrow we got 2 streams. We got Starship release day. Should we do a group flight party? I think we should do like a Florida to maybe like a Miami to Cuba. Well, I don't know. We need a good route for a Starship release day flight. What was the mountain called? I don't know. I think that's the plan. Because I would love to do a second leg, y'all, but I'm pretty tired, and it's 2 o'clock. I think I just need to go home, get some food, rest up, and we'll hit it hard tomorrow with 2 streams. Definitely do a group flight with the Starship somehow. Mickey G says BEC to Miami. What's BEC? What about Miami 2 somewhere, Mickey G? Let's see, this is the same view from we watched the 7-4 land, so let's see how our rate of descent was upon impact. Oh, come on. That didn't look too bad. Wingnut, where you at? Hold on. Let's watch it. Oh, we even have the little tire smoke. I love that. Shared cockpit with full flap sim? I know, Swarm. We got to do it. We're going to do it. I'm really going to try to set that up at some point. If you haven't already, make sure you sub to his channel. We're going to get him up to 1,000 subs. Do a shared cockpit Airbus. I mean, we definitely could have flared more. But I don't know. You think that was fair? 272? Let's watch one more. Wichita is the Beechcraft factory. Oh, wow. You're doing a long flight, Mickey G. Maybe we should go... That's a long flight, dude. Ooh, yeah, not bad. Definitely could have flared more. All right. I could have flared more. Yeah. I can't get reversers, I guess. Yeah, no reversers. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what Wingnut's landing rate is today in the iFly. And he has to land flaps 40. But I'm excited for it. Captain Simp, thanks for another $5 super chat, man. Sorry you can't watch the cockpit view. Got to do shared cockpit takeoff day 1. The host can land, but def shared cockpit. Yes, we're going to do it. Our takeoff one day. Yeah, we're really good. Well, I'm going to do it, Captain Simp. We're going to get it set up. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I think it'd be fun to flip it. So, like, I'll fly the Boeing and he'll fly the Airbus. I think it'd be a lot of fun. BEC to DFW, we could do that, but that's kind of mid. What about BEC to, like, Telluride? I don't know. I feel like Miami has to be in the running for the release day. It's Miami. Fairbanks scenery. Ooh, we could do it in Alaska. I'll tell you what. I'll think of some routes, and then I will put a poll up for the members. All right, and the members will vote on it. It'll be the Starship release day stream. I'm not sure what time it's releasing. Maybe it'll be early. Hopefully it is, and then but it'll be the second stream. So we'll plan probably a 3 or 4 o'clock stream for the Starship Central Time, and that'll be, and we'll do normal time tomorrow. We'll do MD-80, Bogota to Pasto. Join if you dare. I think it'll be fun. All right. With that said, I'm gonna get some sleep. Y'all are gonna watch the replay, not from the cockpit view because the stick shaker is going off constantly all the time. Can't fix it. So that's it. Sales coming up. I'm signing off. Y'all have been awesome. Thank you all for the support. Thank you again, Full Flap Sim, for the $20 super chat. I will pick up an Aerodynamics book now before I head home. And Until then, I will see y'all tomorrow. So stay safe, stay healthy. Schedule alert. What day is this? 9th? No, don't want to do that. Y'all have been awesome. We'll see you on the next one. I'm V1. Sup? I don't know what flaps doing that weird up and down thing.